Well, this is Whitey McCracker. You can call me Whitey. No, I'm just joking. My name is John Black, Super Chemist. We're going to do one more. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. Well, let's do her face. Her face, she's a 5 or a 6. Maybe a 6. Come on, man, with this. Come on. Why? Why? What is she, Marge Simpson? What? Why? Why? Okay? She's a good 6. That means most men would be like, oh, yeah, she's pretty. Yeah, I'd like to get with her. But the hair, I mean, even in the front here, it's just going down here. Yeah, that's cool. But why? Why? Just why? Start over with these pictures again. I don't know if you can see this woman's face good, but it's not about the face, it's about the hair. I would give her face a 5.5, maybe a 6. The hair, though, is great. Why? I don't understand why. What's funny is you'll have white chicks, right? They're trying to do everything in their power to have curly hair, and black chicks, like, normally, seem like they have curly hair or whatever, and they're trying to get straight hair. It's like, and what's funny is they're all against the patriarchy, which is basically just the deep state, but they blame men for some reason because they're brainwashed. And they're the patriarchy is, the deep state is brainwashing them to all hate themselves, Anyways, yeah. So that hair, I don't understand. Why wouldn't you want hair like that? That's what's funny. Like this picture right here, this chick is probably, if she didn't have that hairdo, she, like I said, her face, she's like a 5.5, 5, maybe a 6. But because of her hair, she looks like a 7. You know what I mean? But you're not brainwashed, but you don't want this hair. Okay, well that all makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Here, I'll show you. We'll go back to that last one, what I'm talking about, because she really had a 5. She definitely wasn't even. She's definitely not even a 6. Okay, I'm being generous with a 5. But when I first see her, I'm like, whoa, she's very super hot. Okay, why do I think that? Why did it take me a while to take the hair out and just look at her face and say, actually, she doesn't have a great face. It's actually just an average face. Yeah, she's only just like a 5. Why was I thinking that she was hotter than, and I still think, wow, she's really hot. Because of her hair, because she has that gorgeous hair. Look at that hair. Do you see that hair? But you're not brainwashed, but you don't want gorgeous hair like that. Okay. So let's go down here. Where were we at? We'll do one more and we'll go to the other page. Look at this one now. You can see it better when it's smaller, so I'm going to let you see it for a while. But okay, no. Do not do this. This looks like basically the woman just got out of the shower, right? And she wrapped her hair in a towel. Chicks do that. Yeah. That's what it looks like, okay? It looks terrible. But stop doing stuff like this. That's insane. That is very unattractive. Nobody likes that, okay? Reminds me of old lady type behavior, too. So stop acting like an old lady, maybe, I guess. Yeah. Here. Now this chick, look at this. This chick is gorgeous, okay? Her face, she's like a 9, man, really. But I can't see her so good because she's looking down, so she might be an 8. But look at her hair, okay? And I actually like this hair. I like this style that she has here. She looks gorgeous. The hair looks gorgeous. Even everything about her does. I like the look. But if I was her, would I be doing that? Yeah, maybe once a month. Maybe 2-3 times a year, maybe. But no, I would not have this style all the time. One thing is the hair, okay? Even though I like it, it's too... This idea that everyone has to be so unique that they have to be a freak, to be, and they have to be in their own little box, different than everybody else. Yeah, stop that crap, okay? It just makes you non-binary. It gives you that crazy, mentality. It screams, I need attention. And the bead things, there's too many of them bead thingies. That's like third world type crap. Yeah, stop that, okay? Yeah, I would not. I actually like it though, man. Don't get me wrong. I like, even though I don't like this really, it all looks good with her style. I'm not debating that. But no, you should not be doing this. This is the type of thing that you do 2-3 times a year. Then okay, yeah. But if this is your daily style, no, you should stop it. Okay, just stop it, man. Okay, now look at this chick right here. So let's see her face. She's probably a 7, maybe, but 6 or 7. And she has the beads things too. But see how her beads are to a normal, just a little bit, like a sprinkle. You know what I mean? She didn't go crazy in it. I like the way she looks with her hair there. But then when I scroll up though, let's see the top. Look. She made like a castle on top of her head. Just making of buildings and making your hair look like a hat. Stop that. Nobody likes that. Who would like that? You just look like a freak. Quit it. Oh my God. This tops the thing right here. Especially, look at this foot. Look, let's do the face first. She is gorgeous, man. I mean, she's like an 8.5, maybe a 9, man. I think everyone would say she's at least an 8. Yet she has the hair makes her like you're crazy. First of all, it looks stupid. You have little buildings on your head. Why would anyone? And then the clown makeup on top of it. Why, when you're that pretty, would you make yourself look like a clown? First of all, clowns are not attractive. Okay. I've never heard of someone saying, "Oh, that clown looks attractive." No. And the same with the hair. Why would you do that? Like, I just don't understand it. No common sense. Okay, she's probably about a 7, maybe a 6. She's pretty. And again, what the nose ring? What it looks like literally anyone 5 feet away from you or further thinks. 90% of them are thinking, are there boogers coming out of her nose? That's what 90% of the people are thinking that don't, that know you on a daily basis. They're thinking, do you have boogers coming out of your nose? That means 90% of the population that you run into, that's what they're thinking if they're 5 feet or further away from you. And the same with the eye thing, it looks actually cool or whatever, and I could see doing that 2-3 times a year. But if this is your daily whatever, and these people, I want my man to make $100 million a day. Someone that makes $100 million a day don't want a chick that has boogers coming out of their nose and clown makeup on, okay? As for the hair, no, don't do it. I actually like the hair, but no. First of all, look how much scalp is shown. Why do you want to be bald all the time? And like I said, I don't know about these braids. I think if that's screwing up your hair though, so where you're bald, it's like making your thing fall out, stop doing the braids, okay? And seriously, a chick shouldn't have braids in all the time, man. I wouldn't be with a chick that was like had to have braids, because yeah, it's nice to feel or whatever, but on a daily basis forever. It's basically rope. I mean, you could go to the store and get some rope and then compare it to your hair when it's in braids. It feels pretty similar, all right? So if you're a chick that does that and you think you should have braids in all the time, they should never fill your hair ever because it's in braids and it just feels like rope. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, it looks nice, but again, if it's messing up your hair, stop it. And if you're having and you think you should have braids in 24/7 when you have a man, that's screwed up, man. Yeah, I know black chicks, all of them seem to hate when you touch their hair or whatever. Like, I just had my tongue inside your vagina, and now you're saying I can't touch your hair? No, that's not going over good with me. I don't know about anyone else, but no. Yeah, look at this chick. She has a pretty face, but it's kind of fattish. So I give her a 5.5, maybe a 6. And look at the hair. What? She's all bald, first of all, because they. Why? Stop. Bald means you're a man. You're non-binary. Now look at this on the top. Why? Why? Doesn't she? I mean, even if she just has one parent, doesn't she have any friends? Not one person came up to this woman and said, "You know what? You look like a ridiculous idiot with your hair like that." No one said that. Like, really? Come on. That's. I feel like crying sometimes looking at these pictures. What sane human being thought that would be like on a woman? Is like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Who? I don't have a clear shot of her face. She's probably a 5, 6, or 7, somewhere in there. But who? Why? No, don't do. No, that is no. Don't do that. Okay, now this chick, I'm kind of conflicted. If you didn't wear it every day like this, I'd be like, yeah, this is great. You don't. This is different than the other ones. This one, you only see a little bit of the scalp, right? Because they did the braids far apart, and they have like this fractal design, like, you know, like when ice splits, you know what I mean, or a tree grows and it branches out, and it covers a lot of the scalp, and it looks cool as heck. And then she has the ponytail in the back, so she has long hair, and in the front, you can see she made it all nice curly, and you know, she has hair here. She didn't make it like this bald stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of iffy on this. If this is once in a while, yeah, I think it looks cool as heck. But I wouldn't, if it's your daily wear, I don't know, man. I'd say no on that. You look, because you're making yourself bald, first of all, number one, and you're showing your scalp. As for face, I don't know. I'm not getting a direct view of it, but she's probably a 6, give or take 1 point. Okay, she is not attractive. I would give her looks a 4, maybe. Even though she has a pretty, she has a pretty face, but it's just fat. But look again, she has buildings on her head. If this was like a 10-year-old or 6-year-old little girl, I'd be like, oh, that's cute. But no, not on a grown woman. Stop doing that. You look like an idiot. It's the same with the cat ears when they do they have that thing that like a bray thing that they put in their hair, and they have cat ears or dog ears. Stop doing that. Okay. Just be a woman. Why is being a woman so? I say that being a woman is the greatest thing in the planet, and I'm a misogynist. All women say, nope, you can't be a woman. That ain't good enough. But they're not the misogynist. They say you have to work or you're not as good. You're not enough. Being just a woman, going and being a mother and a housewife. That's not you're good. They're not good enough. But they're not misogynistic. And I say they are good enough. I say they're better than good enough. They're great. But I'm a misogynist. Okay, again, her hair is very gorgeous. The face, yeah, she's gorgeous. I'd give her at least a 7, maybe an 8. But her hair is gorgeous. But again, if it's screwing up your hair doing that, don't do it. And also, I wouldn't be doing this on this is something that 25% of your life you should do. If you're doing it more than that, you're doing it too much, okay? No one wants to touch braided hair, okay? It's not the same as it's just regular hair. Okay, again, she saw it. I give her a 7. The hair is gorgeous, but again, with their braids, so I don't know. But one thing I did want to say is, look, see? A building. She got like a little hat. Wow. Stop making your hair look like a hat or a towel or a building, okay? It looks stupid, okay? This woman is gorgeous, and she has gorgeous hair, and then she got to do that with it, put it in like a hat? No one wants to. No one wants to. No, don't do that. And this, oh my God, I almost want to cry.